If you're a real estate agent, I'm going to show you how to never run out of ideas for your social media content. I'm going to show you the same framework that I use with my clients and that has allowed them to post consistently for years. And on top of that, I'm going to give you a tool that's going to do all the content ideation as well as the scripting. If you want access to that, stay tuned. I'll give it to you at the end. And also, if you want a free strategy call with me, you can schedule one in the first link in the description. We'll go over how to systematize your content production so you don't have to spend hours and hours editing videos instead of doing proper business actions that, close deals. So if you're interested, first link in the description. So the other day, an agent came to me and said, Andreas, I don't know what to talk about on my content. It seems like every content idea that I get, someone has already pulled the trigger on that. It's like everything has been said already. And I was like, Dianita, you're completely right. Everything is out there already. Like, there's nothing new. And especially in real estate, like everything's pretty much the same. And I said, Dianita, look, ideas, topics are limited. I mean, yeah, they're finite, right? But the good thing is that people really don't care about the information itself. They care about the messenger. And that's why there's such a big opportunity in social media. If it was the information that was the important thing, then the first person who, documented real estate and talk about real estate would be like the biggest influencer ever. But that's not the case. People want to connect with people. And that's the opportunity that you have on your hands right now. So in order to come up with new ideas, all we have to do is just, twist the same topics over and over and over again. We just need to wrap them in different ways. So it seems like we have new ideas every single day. So this is how the framework works. The only thing we have to do is think of an idea, a real estate idea. It doesn't matter if it's pretty broad. Let's say our idea is FHA loans. Pretty simple, right? We can dissect that idea into different angles. We could say a tip about FHA loans. We can do a video about a common mistake regarding FHA loans, an industry myth regarding FHA loans, frequently asked question about FHA loans, and we could have actionable steps regarding FHA loans. We could also have like a sixth angle, which would be a story regarding FHA loans. Could be a personal story, a story from someone or maybe a fictitious one as well. So let's talk about the angles themselves really quick. So the industry myth, by definition, is just debunk a misconception there is about real estate. Could be something really simple, like you need 20% down in order to buy a home. So that's a myth, right? Then we have a frequently asked question. As the name suggests, you're just gonna answer a really common question people have about real estate. How long does it take to close on a house? Or how much does buying a house really cost? What are the invisible fees on the buying process? All of those questions live on our clients' minds. Then we have the actionable steps. So this is just going to be a step-by-step content that people can easily follow, right? So these are 3 steps to prepare your home for professional photos before listing. These are 3 steps in order to identify the best real estate agent in your market, and so on and on and on. Then we have the tip. This is pretty simple, just a quick, valuable advice. You could say something like this. If you're a homeowner, this little addendum on your listing contract will save you thousands of dollars. And finally, we have the common mistake, right? So we're just gonna mention a mistake that pretty much everyone makes when doing something real estate related, right? Let's say if you work with investors, you can talk about over leveraging your position and how that can go south very easily. And that's pretty much it. You only have to find one idea, right? One idea, and that's gonna turn into at least five different video content ideas, which is different. I know it's simple, it's stupid, but what if you don't wanna do the whole thing yourself, right? You want some help. That's where this content bot, kicks in. And this is completely free. You can go use it right away. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. And it's pretty simple. You only have to put in your real estate idea. So let's do it with FHA loans. So immediately it dissects our idea into the 5 different angles, right? And it gives us 5 different variations of FHA related angles. So first one, this simple trick can help you lock in a lower down payment with an FHA loan. That's a tip, right? So if you know a trick that can do that, then you can make a whole video about that. So how to qualify for an FHA loan faster. Here's a credit score hack you should know. That's pretty good. So let's say myth, It's a myth that FHA loans are only for first-time homebuyers. Many people think FHA loans are only for low-income families. Totally false. Many people believe FHA loans take forever to close. That's not true. Let's say common mistakes. Most buyers don't realize skipping the FHA inspection rules can delay closing. Actionable steps: 4 things you need before applying for an FHA loan, or 5 steps to use an FHA loan to buy your first investment property. And finally, frequently asked questions: what is an FHA loan and how does it compare to a conventional loan, right? Can you use an FHA loan to buy a fixer-upper? What credit score do you need for an FHA loan? All of those are FHA related, and you can pretty much do bunch of videos with this. If you were to create one video per angle, that would be 25 videos, just like that. And I know you're gonna say, Andreas, but that's the video idea. That's the simplest thing. The hard part is to script it. And that's how this is really helpful. And I know that's gonna save you hours of your time. So all I'm gonna do is just copy an idea that I like. Let's say this one. It's a myth that FHA loans are only for first-time home buyers. I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm just gonna mention and I'm just gonna say, write a script. And now GPT will do its magic, and it's gonna come up with a, not a perfect script, but like something like really good, at least better than most people will come up with by themselves. And then all you have to do is, tweak it and make it your own. So it says, think FHA loans are just for first-time home buyers. That's one of the biggest myths in real estate, and it could be holding you back. Truth is, FHA loans are available to anyone who qualifies, whether it's your first house or your fifth. The main benefit is the lower down payment, just 3.5%, and flexible credit requirements. That's why so many people use FHA loans, not just new buyers. The only catch, you can only use it on a primary residence, not a second home or investment property. So if you thought FHA loan was just for beginners, think again. Want to know if an FHA loan could work for you? Shoot me a message and I'll break it down for your situation. So this is good. I would work on the hook, right? I don't think like the first part is that attractive. But just with a little bit of tweaking, like you'll have a fairly good script, like just in a matter of seconds. And that's how you can come up with scripts that are really good, like really fast, to keep consistent posting, which of course is the secret to social media success. If you thought this was helpful, make sure to share it with another real estate agent. Thank you for bearing with my accent. I know this is my first video in English, and all I'm trying to do is compilate the lessons that I've learned in the Spanish market here in Florida to bring it over and make it available for you guys in English as well. Remember, if you want my help personally, you can schedule a call with me in the first link in the description. And you can also get the content bot for yourself and start using it right away. So make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.